2019 Hong Kong anti-extradition bill protests June 16–March. On 15 June, Chief Executive Carrie Lam announced a pause in the passage of the extradition bill after the Legislative Council meetings had been postponed for 4 working days in a row. The pro-democracy camp feared it would be merely a tactical retreat and demanded a full withdrawal of the bill and said they would go ahead with the June 16 rally as planned. Hong Kongers will not fall into such a trap. Unless the extradition bill is being withdrawn one day, Hong Kongers will always remember the pain, said Jimmy Sham, convener of the Civil Human Rights Front, CHRF. They also called for Lam's resignation, apology for disproportionately violent police tactics towards peaceful protesters, the release of arrested protesters, and to withdraw the official slander of the protest on 12 June as riot. The march started early at 2:30 p.m. on 16 June, from Victoria Park, Causeway Bay to the Legislative Council in Admiralty on 9 June, an approximately 3 kilometers, 1.86 miles, long route. Protesters, chanting "Withdraw, students are innocent and Carrie Lam," stepped down, dressed in black and wore white ribbon on their chest, to show their anger at the police brutality demonstrated in the June 12 crackdown. Many protesters started their march from North Point as the police ordered the MTR not to stop at Tin Hau and Causeway Bay for crowd control for several hours. Train stations were swamped with hundreds of thousands pouring into the protest zone, with those from the Kowloon side trying to join the protest waiting up to an hour at a time to board Cross Harbour Star Ferry from Tsim Sha Tsui. The size of the crowd forced police to open all the 6 lanes of Hennessy Road. The masses then spilled over onto 3 parallel streets in Wan Chai, major thoroughfares Lockhart Road and Hennessy Road, and Jaffe Road. Endless waves of black was spotted from Causeway Bay to Admiralty from 3 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. Some held white flowers and paper flowers to pay tribute to the man who committed suicide on 15 June. Hundreds of bouquets and slogans were left on the site in front of Pacific Place during the march. At night, protesters moved to Harcourt Road, causing traffic to grind to a halt and vehicles to turn back. Protesters, showing their cooperation, gave way to the trapped vehicles, mainly franchised buses and emergency vehicles. At nighttime, people lit up their phones to show solidarity. The Civil Human Rights Front announced the final turnout at almost 2 million plus 1 citizens, denoting the protester who died at the protest scene on the day before, which set the record of the largest protest in Hong Kong history. The police said that there are 338,000 at its peak, but admitted that it should be more as only those on the original route were counted. Early in the afternoon, Radio France Internationale reported that Stand News, an independent online news agency, used big data to predict that at most 1.44 million would have participated in the protest. The government issued a statement at 8:30 p.m. where Carrie Lam apologized to Hong Kong residents and promised to sincerely and humbly accept all criticism and to improve and serve the public. A smaller counter-protest occurred outside the U.S. Consulate General in Central. Around 40 protesters from Beijing supported activist group the Safeguard Hong Kong Alliance and the Hong Kong Federation of Trade Unions, CFTU, condemned U.S. for alleged interfering in the extradition law.